That'll take your mind off of that pain.
What's up, everybody? Special guest Marshall on the channel. Thanks for coming, Marshall.
Thank you for having me.
Dude, it's about time you've been on the channel. So we raced together at Toad for 10 days, and then you finished off your US campaign at Chicago Grit. Thank you so much for running a 360 camera on your bike. We have a lot of amazing footage to jump into. Should we just dive into stage one?
Let's do it.
Riders ready.
Marshall, how did you get such a good call-up? You were front row. Did you just get there super early?
Nah, so they based it off of results last year. So the people that turned up, I basically was like second in the ranking, and yeah, they called me up second, so front row.
And you're hot off your win at Indianapolis, Indy, right?
Yeah. So we came from Indy and then come straight to this.
And you're riding high because the confidence must be high. You won that race series, and now you're off to, I would argue, one of the harder days of Chicago Grit, which is West Dundee. And the reason is because of Heartbreaker Hill, which we're going to get to in a second. It's this, what is it, like a 200-meter climb, maybe less, 150-meter climb up to the finish line. Yeah, maybe like what, maybe 7%? Like, it's not incredibly steep, but it's just, you do it every lap, right? So it just becomes taxing throughout the course of a 75-minute race.
Yeah, it builds up.
And if you're not positioned well, and if you're not confident cornering, I find that that riders were struggling in this back section too, because there's just a lot of corners, and it's easy when you're in good position towards the front like you are now to preserve your speed through these corners. People who were like on the brakes and sprinting out of each of those corners to maintain position, by the time they ran into the bottom of this hill, even at speed, I mean, you guys are going 40 miles an hour, you didn't have any energy left in your legs because these riders were doing like a bunch of braking and sprinting, and it became a problem. But good on you for staying in good position. And here's the bottom of the hill, by the way. You've done this race before. How did you do last year on West Dundee?
I think I got fifth. Yeah, I got fifth. Marcos Mendez won, and my teammate Josh at the time got second, and yeah, I got third in the bunch kick. So it's a good race for you. You make a ton of power. You normalized something like 390 watts for this 75-minute race. A ton of power, and you're going to keep yourself in good position. Let's fast forward a little bit and see how this race plays out. But not before a quick message from the sponsor of this video. Stop overpaying on designer jerseys. This one costs just $97, but it feels like a $250 designer kit. And it's from Sirocco, a brand I'm proud to partner with because, in my opinion, they deliver the best value out there. Sure, you can go cheaper, but you'll get that loose, flappy fit in the wind, and it will have lower quality materials. This jersey, it has that streamlined race cut that stays snug, that stays comfortable. Plus, it has this lightweight mesh in the back that will keep you cool and also protected with UPF 50 sun protection. Look, if flashy branding's your thing, go for it. It's your money. But if you want premium features without the premium price tag, this is your go-to. Grab the exclusive deal through my link in the description. Thank you, Sirocco. And actually, we're not even going to go that far because on this lap right here, they're calling a $100 pream, and you're the pream hunter. Marshall, is that right? Yeah, the pream lord of the team.
Oh, yeah, there's meme lord and there's pream lord. Marshall's the pream lord. So you're going to capitalize on your good position here and try to snag a $100 bill, but you got some competition around you. So yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. These corners are fast, right? And this pavement's good. This is such a fun course. I've always loved this course. I've never had a result on it, but I've always loved this course. How fun is it just to rip these corners?
Yeah, it's the top section is definitely flowy, and you don't really have to pedal that hard, and yeah, it's fun. Just minus the leg breaker hill.
Well, I don't even think you were off the gas through these corners. It looks like, yeah, the power comes down a bit because you're just carrying your speed through the corners. But like I said before, I mean, if you're like mid-pack and you're fighting 3-4 riders wide through these corners, it is a very different experience than this. And also, not everybody has a 440 watt FTP or whatever your power is, Marshall. You make it look easy. But there's also the technical aspect to it, like just cruising through. This is Corey on the right. He's a preem hunter as well. I'm sure he's looking for some money. But this downhill gives you a chance to rest and come into the bottom of this hill with a ton of power. And people fight so hard for preams at these races, which is funny because it's $100. It's not nothing, but people will I feel like they'll go all out for $100 pream, and we're gonna see if that's the case.
It's a bit of foreshadowing.
Yeah, sure enough, there goes Corey up the hill. Oh my God, he's teleporting up that hill. I think he ended up getting it. So sorry, Preem Lord Marshall. But you do the next best thing. You're following. This is Alec, right?
Yeah, that's Alec.
So this is great. I mean, following somebody. This is the way that breakaways tend to happen. Is it starts with a Preem lap, there's separation, and then you kind of just keep rolling. So you're getting a free ride, and Alec's just kind of riding now. I mean, he did a hard effort up the hill. He carried it over the top. Dude knows how to corner really fast. Former Canadian national crit champion, and he's just going to smash these corners. And at first, I was thinking why is Legion chasing Legion? But I have to keep reminding myself that Corey's not a Legion rider anymore. In fact, it's been a couple of years. He's a Blazer. So, yeah, this is a perfect scenario for you because you're getting a free ride up to the front of the race. And there's separation. If we rotate the camera back a bit here, we can see that that there's already some separation. I can see that you're checking back right there. You're noticing the same thing. And you're a breakaway rider. This is good news for you, right? Yeah.
This is good news. The best position for me to be in is in the break and a reduced bunch sprint. I wouldn't really call myself a bunch sprinter, but yeah, it's definitely the best position to be in and trying to capitalize on that.
And when things are fast, the more consequential the draft is. So this is the ultimate time to be in the shelter behind Alec, who's still smashing on the front. He seems extra motivated to make this breakaway happen. He gives you the elbow flick. Did he elbow flick? Oh, yeah, he gave you the elbow flick. You oblige. Okay, so you're committed to this, too. If you're doing 500 watts down here at the bottom of the hill, carrying all the speed into the bottom of leg breaker, heart breaker. It's called leg breaker, right?
Leg breaker.
Leg breaker. Did I call it heart breaker earlier?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Okay. Forget what I said. It's leg breaker. It's more like a 90s pop song, Heartbreaker. But now we have your teammate. This is always such a good feeling when you've done a hard effort and then a teammate counters over the top, and they're calling another preem. Another $50 preem. And this is the best situation. You got a teammate up the road, and now you have no motivation to chase. Wait, don't chase, Marshall. Don't chase teammates, Marshall.
I'm racing for the corner so I can break through it. That's my tactic.
Ooh, scared me there for a sec. I thought you were violating rule number 1 on NorCal Cycling. But you slowed it down.
Never chase your own teammate.
Thank you. Of course, yes. And Corey wasn't born yesterday. He's not having that. And again, you're going to get behind poor Alec doing so much work on your behalf. But this is more great news for you. You have a teammate up the road. And if you guys caught stage 1 from Toad, this is how you guys on MitoQ won stage 1 from Toad. You just as many riders in race winning positions as possible is how it's done. And that's exactly what you guys are demonstrating again here at stage 1 at Grit. So this is looking like a breakaway, and if we turn the camera back, we can see that there's separation. All the pieces are in place here. So after we fast forward a bit, we can see that James did end up taking the preem, and now it just juices you up for the counterattack. And I mean, it's just one after another, and this is how breakaways are. This is the only way breakaways are possible at this high level of racing, and it has to be attack after attack after attack after attack, and then finally there's daylight. But do you want to be solo from 46 kilometers out?
Not necessarily. At the time, I was like, yo, just got adrenaline. I just watched James win a preem. I was just a bit G'd up, and then it got to one lap. I did about a lap by myself. I'm like, this is a bit harder than I anticipated. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep this up for the whole race. So at least I was giving the boys some rest. So it was kind of all part of the plan.
Yeah, it's always good. I mean, as long as you're riding within yourself and like you said, identifying within a lap or two, wait, this is way too hard to sustain to the finish, and just kind of riding your own race. This is a course where you're rewarded for that because you can take choice lines through every corner. And you stayed out there for a long time, dude. You stayed out there for about 5 kilometers before the field finally catches you, and you get countered here. But the damage was done. I mean, the field's reduced. You gave your teammates some respite, and this bodes well for the rest of the race. And it wasn't much later, you coming down this hill, and you can hear it. You can hear the flat. That's a terrifying place to get a flat when you're going 41 miles an hour. So good for you to like realize right away and not try to take this corner at full speed. And also like smart to stop before the apex. I've seen riders do really boneheaded stuff when they're either getting dropped, pulling off, or getting a flat, and you just didn't go into the race line. What you're trying to do is avoid the race line because riders will run into you if you're in the race line. You end up having to run up this hill or what?
Yeah, I had to run. I didn't realize that I probably could have walked, but I was just trying to get back on the bike as soon as possible to help the boys. But I tried to ride it, and then without damaging the rim, and then it got to the point where I couldn't ride it, so I had to run up the hill.
Yeah, this might be something that's different in New Zealand, but the officials are usually quite forgiving. Stuff like this, like free lap, doesn't necessarily mean free one lap. They won't expect you to like ruin your cleats and ruin your equipment, and like cycle across your way back to the pit in order to meet that one lap free lap rule. But lesson learned, you're usually racing in New Zealand, but yeah, I would say like in the future, like you said, no rush.
I had to replace my cleats after that.
Yeah, dude, take 2 laps. Like they're not gonna. It's always up to the official, right? But they're not gonna give you the boot for that.
Yeah, where our commissaires are a bit more tough over in New Zealand.
So actually, before they let you in, something really important happens in this race. Actually, the key moment happens in this race, and that is this rider here, who is, well, he's in a different jersey. That's because he is the U23 Kiwi National Crit Champ. Is that right?
Yep. Yeah.
And he also happens to be your teammate.
Yeah, he's our national champ, and you can definitely point him out in the bunch.
Yeah, that's James, and he is launching what ends up being the race-winning attack. Ends up being a group of 2 off the front. Him and Legion rider Robin Carpenter end up leaving the race off the front. So unfortunately, Marshall, you missed the key moment while you're in the pit, but fortunately, it's your teammate making the key moment. So all's well that ends well.
Yeah.
And what does the rest of your race look like when you have a teammate up the road? Well, it's blocking on the front, and that's what you guys are doing now. And it's not physically blocking, right? It is like setting a false tempo. And false tempo at this level of racing means you're doing 500 watts, believe it or not, because people go nuclear up this climb. But you can see that's what Alec is doing, the aforementioned Legion rider on the right. You guys are at the front. I mean, if you guys were in full chase mode, you wouldn't be doing 240 watts right now. You'd be doing 400 watts right now. Now you're doing even less. So this is what setting a false tempo looks like. This is what blocking looks like. This is what good teamwork looks like. So now we're about 10 kilometers to go, and the Preem Hunter is on the prowl. This is a $200 Preem lap, right?
Yeah, this is a $200 Preem lap.
And your teammate James is already up the road doing things, winning races with Robin like that. You guys are just setting up here to try to nab another $200 Preem, and you're going to protect the inside here and maybe get it a little bit wrong, and down you go.
Yeah, I got that very wrong. I called in. I was coming with a lot of speed, and I called inside on my teammate Sam, and then didn't really hit the apex enough, and tried to pedal around the corner, and definitely got the repercussions of that.
And I just happen to have Sam's footage too, who was the rider that you passed. If we look from his perspective, here you come on the right, coming in hot, and you just pedal a little bit too early, clip a pedal, classic mistake. And I've never seen this before. If you rewind and look at that, did you see your tire? I could actually see the sealant, like it's like an aerosol, like shooting out of your wheel. I've never seen that before. Wild.
I don't know how I managed to puncture it, but
I think it just rolled off the bead and then maybe like damaged the tire a little bit too. So, 70 PSI was coming out of a puncture or something. In any case, did you see the fans too as you came in? Like she just had her hand out, like, please don't hit me.
Please don't hit my kids. Stop.
Yeah,
Stop. Don't hit my kids.
Amazingly composed for what was going on. Like she was like, shout out to this lady for like not freaking out and losing her cool. She was like, oh, we're good. Like that's pretty amazing because shit was going down into that barrier right in front of her and her family. But anyway, back to you. You were a little banged up, but no significant damage to you or the bike, I guess. I mean, I got 9 more days of footage from you, so you seemed okay.
Yeah, just a bent hanger and a lot of skin came off. That was the repercussions of that, and a very, very hurt ego. after that.
And speaking of, a lot of skin came off. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but your teammate also was recording when you were getting the asphalt scrubbed from your arm. Did you see this?
Yeah. I didn't actually notice that at the time. No, I didn't notice that.
Oh, these candid shots are always the best. And I know that pain, man. It is the worst. It is the worst. When they first scrub it out. But when you hear your teammate coming in second, I can see your attitude got a little bit better. You saw past the pain. So you guys ended up getting second. You ended up winning a $50 pream, a $200 pream, and the leg breaker pream of $750. So not a bad day for you boys.
Yeah, definitely all right to wipe the tears out of my eyes with a bit of cash after that night.
All right, so great having you on, Marshall. Thanks again, man, for taking the time. And I'm going to drop you have a sick Instagram. I want you guys to go follow Marshall on Instagram. I'll leave it in the description. And what do you think? You free tomorrow? We're going to run stage 2 tomorrow?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Thanks for having me on as well.
Of course, man. We'll talk tomorrow.